Not too long ago, I went to the range with the Glock 30S, which I hadn't had out in a really long time, and it's been a long time favorite. And I talked about it being the hammer of the gods, which I thought was a cute little name for it. I got several comments from folks objecting to that title, or at least objecting to the Glock 30 being qualified for that title. Some of you thought that perhaps the Glock 29 was the better gun to hold the title Hammer of the Gods. You guys know I'm a big 10mm fan anyway, so I can't really disagree or argue with your sentiment. So maybe if the Glock 30S is the Hammer of the Gods, then the Glock 29 is Thor's hammer. I mean, there can really only be one of each, right? I say that because, you know, it's pretty rare for lightning to ever strike the same place twice. Well, the Glock 29 may or may not be Thor's hammer, but it is definitely a handful of thunder. The Gen 4 comes with 3 flush mount 10-round double stack magazines. I could only find 2 today. I don't know where my third one is, but luckily it also will shoot the big magazines, and I have a whole bunch of those. I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing, since I don't really want to be shooting a whole lot of ammo if I can help it. I haven't shot this particular 10mm pistol in quite a while, so this is going to be a treat. Let's warm it up on the TA target array, brought to us by our good folks at TA Targets. Getting my bearings here. See if I can hit a plate. Nope. There we go. Barely clipping it. All right. So as you can see right off the bat, not quite as intuitive an extension of my hand as the 30S is, even though it is a very similar sized gun. This one has the stock Glock night sights on it, so they are an upgrade from the plastic 3-dot sights. They are still 3-dot, but they're 3-dot with tritium, and they're also steel, not plastic. They also have a slightly different look and configuration to them, but I don't believe I have done anything in the way of adjustment on these sights, so they should be stock setting. Let's see if I can get my feet under me here. Alright, where am I, guys? Go back to the pink target where I can see my hit. So I think I'm pushing them a little bit right. Elevation seems okay. So if I aim for the left edge of that plate, yep. And again, I'll aim for the left edge. All right. Let me try a square one. Nope. Did I just nick it? I might have just nicked it. Okay, this is a 15 round magazine for the Glock 20 or the Glock 40. I've still only got 10 rounds in it, but again, it will work perfectly in this gun. I'm going to try this at that same distance. That is 15 yards away, that orange dot you see on the cardboard target. And it's easy to just stick that target right in front of my steel ADAP target. So that's what I did. So you might hear a little steel ringing, and you might even see a little bit of shrapnel marks. But I want to get an idea. Holy cow. Oh my God. Am I that far? Am I that far right? Holy cow. All right. Wow, that looks horrible. That looks absolutely horrible. That is maybe the worst group I have shot in as long as I can remember. Now I'm going to go see if I can figure out what is going on with that. I'm thinking, ammo has to be. So let's move on to something that I think I can trust a little better. I'm going to go to some American Eagle. American Eagle, 180 grain. And let's see how that does. Everything else is the same, distance-wise and all. I have just taped up the previous holes. See if we can find the middle of the target. All right, there's 5 of those, and it looks like we're still not exactly performing too well. Low right and much bigger group than I would like. Gotta tell you guys, I'm not happy. I am not happy with this performance. Bargain basement 10mm ammo that was left over in a bin someplace might have been part of the problem for my initial troubles with accuracy shooting this gun at the range, but I gotta own part of that because I was just having a hard time shooting it well. As the day went on, it did improve a little bit, but I still have plenty of things to work on. And I have a hunch that, as I said before, there's something about that shorter grip on that particular gun with that kind of pressure and that kind of recoil that maybe that's one of the reasons I just don't shoot it well. It could also be causing me to anticipate, I might be flinching, there's a lot of things. But I've ordered a few different grip extensions, some that increase the round capacity, some that don't. One that's a sleeve for the longer magazine. So I'm going to get a few of those things in and I'm going to test them out. So let me know in the comments down below if I should make a video out of doing that. I expanded a little bit on the whole recoil demonstration thing. I used the same graph with the 1-inch squares so that it's easy to see the difference between recoil. But this time I was a little bit more thorough, a little bit more careful to document exactly what was going on. I shot 3 different kinds of ammo, and each one is going to be noted. And I also chronographed while I was doing the graph demonstration. So we have both. We have all those data points all in one place at one time. So you can see the recoil that I got for that particular load, and you can see the velocity that I got on that load for that exact shot. So hopefully that will make it a little bit more meaningful. It's still not science, don't get me wrong. It's still pretend science, but it's a little bit closer than it was before. And also partly for my own curiosity and partly in anticipation of some of your questions, I tested those exact same loads with the Glock 40. And I also chronoed that. So if you guys don't mind, for a few minutes, let's geek out and take a look at those tests. Okay, if you don't want to see all this geeky stuff, you might want to skip forward a couple minutes, but I used 3 different loads to chrono and show the sort of visual representation of the recoil. And I did my best to have a consistent hold. Now for the numbers that you're going to see at the end of this, I chose the 5th shot of each group. I figured that way, by then I had probably my grip under control for that load for each round, and that may be the more consistent. Again, this is really not science. I'm not a machine, and you know, and I thought for fun, let's look at the Glock 40, because I figured some people might want to know that difference, and I was kind of curious myself. Not only the difference in recoil, but also the difference in velocity. How much does it really benefit with that longer barrel? And as you'll see here in a moment, it does increase the velocity across the board. So there's the Glock 29 and the Glock 40 with the American Eagle and the arms core. And if you want to pause at any point and look at those numbers, you're welcome to do so, but I'm not going to read them to you. It's not what they pay me for. So I hope this was interesting or helpful. Okay, Target Medic has done the best it can with that shot up target. So I'm going to try one more time, this time from 7 yards. So I have basically cut the distance in half and brought the target closer to me. Because remember, if you can't win fair and square, cheat. No such thing as a fair fight, right guys? That's what we always say. So, I just want to see if I can put a good group somewhere on this target. Here we go. This is still the federal ammo, by the way. All right, that looks a little better. So I don't know, man. Today I'm really kind of pegging the suck-o-meter as far as my shooting. I'm just not shooting very well today. I got to bring the target, you know, into 7 yard self-defense distance before I can make a decent group on it. So it just goes to show, you know, some guns, some days, whatever. But you know, this gun is very similar to the Glock 30S, which not long ago you guys saw me shooting well. Nothing's really changed, except it's a different day, and that sometimes is all it takes. But I'm just not shooting this gun nearly as well. So it just goes to show you that on any given day, I either shoot them well or I don't, but sometimes it has a little bit to do with the gun itself. Apparently there's something about the Glock 29 Gen 4 that Doesn't make it the gun I shoot the best, at least not right now. Just to make sure I wasn't really having an off day, as long as I had the Glock 40 out, I went ahead and took a few shots downrange with it, and I was knocking those plates all over the place. So it does seem like it has something to do with the way I'm shooting this particular gun today. Not that I just suck in general, which some days I do. Any day I can come out to the range and learn a couple things, in addition to having some fun, well, that's a good day. And today I think I did learn a couple of things about the way I'm shooting the Glock 29 and maybe some things I need to work on. I'm also wondering if the extended base plate magazine for this gun wouldn't really help like it does with the 30S. Somehow that grip just feels much more natural to me. I don't know. Maybe I'll try and get a hold of some different magazines that give me that little bit of extra grip at the bottom. See if it makes me shoot the gun better. Little things like that can make a difference. Once I brought my target into 7 yards, I was able to hit pretty good. So it's clearly my ability to shoot 15 yards with this gun, not so great. All right, I'm going to wrap it up. This ammo is expensive. Can you hear that steel ringing? Doesn't that sound great? The Glock 29 Gen 4 may or may not be Thor's actual hammer. But I'm pretty sure that if he found himself out late at night without his regular hammer and he was left with just this one, he'd probably be okay with that. It is, anyway, a handful of thunder. Thanks again to everyone who supports the channel in one way or another. Thanks especially to my Patreon patrons. And thank you to you for watching. Smash the like button on the way out, and I hope to see you back soon.